In today's video, we're going to be installing these home address numbers on this stucco wall. Atlas Housewares is the company that makes these house numbers, but they don't sell directly from their website. What you can do is follow my affiliate links down in the description to purchase these on Amazon, or you can just search on their website for a local supplier. What I really like about these particular house numbers is that you can either install them flush to the house, or you can actually use the supplied spacers and give them a floating look. There are different length threaded posts that screw into the back of the numbers, and depending on which one you use is depending on whether it's going to be flush or floating. On this particular house, we're going to be doing the floating look, so we're going to use the longer posts, as you can see, and the supplied black spacers. You just slide that spacer onto the longer post and you're good to go. The gray piece that you see here is actually what gets anchored into the house, and then that post gets slid into the anchor. Now we're going to work on the layout. We want to make sure our spacing is perfect before we do any sort of drilling. You're going to hear me say this in a lot of my videos. It's very important to measure a whole bunch of times before you do any drilling, any cutting, doing anything that's irreversible. Sometimes I'll even cover the area with blue painter's tape and mark my layout with a Sharpie so I can be absolutely sure I'm happy with where my holes are going to be. Just take your time and don't rush. You want this thing to be absolutely perfect. Another tool that helps this be a perfect project is a little torpedo level, as you can see that I'm using here. I've actually got this up against those two posts that we installed, and it lets me make sure my numbers are going to be perfectly plumb according to the door frame. Once you're happy with where your holes are going to be drilled, you can either take a pencil or Sharpie and mark where your holes are going to be. I was actually able to kind of push these posts just a little bit and make an indentation into the stucco, so I didn't actually have to mark it. Once you've marked your holes, go ahead and check one final time for your measurements and your plumb and level, and now it's time to drill. I'm going to be drilling a hole for these anchors using a masonry bit and a hammer drill, since these are getting mounted into stucco, but you should use a bit that matches whatever material you have to mount the numbers to. Before you drill, it's important to mark the depth we need for the anchors. Just take the anchor and put it up next to the drill bit, and then take a piece of tape and mark the depth you need to go so you don't over drill. Now let's go ahead and drill our holes. I accidentally blocked the camera from seeing me install the first number, so we'll just pretend that top number doesn't exist at all. Go ahead and test fit your anchors in your newly drilled holes to make sure they're the right size. Once I'm sure the anchors fit, I like to use a little bit of clear silicone or epoxy in the hole to secure the anchors in the wall, just in case they loosen up over time. This also makes sure the hole is waterproof for the future. Also, I should mention the directions didn't say what size drill bit to use for the anchors, so if you're in this same boat, go ahead and visually match the size of the drill bit to the size of the anchors you're installing. If the holes for the anchors are a little tight, one thing you can do is take a hammer and tap them in. On a material like stucco, what I'll do is take a little piece of blue painter's tape and put it over my hammer, that way I don't mar up the surface. Now we're going to take our assembled numbers with the spacers, since we're doing the floating method, and we're going to press this number into the anchors. It shouldn't take too much force to press the numbers into the anchor, but if you do need some help, you can use a hammer. Be sure and cover the head of your hammer with some blue tape, that way you don't scratch the surface of your new numbers. And just repeat these simple steps for each number you need to install. And there you go, all finished. I really do hope this video showed you how simple it really is to mount some numbers into stucco. It's not really that complicated. Stucco is basically concrete, so you just need a few simple tools, a little bit of patience, and just that go for it attitude. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about this project, please let me know down in the comments and I'll be glad to help. If you have any other projects you need help with, please let me know and I might make a video for it in the future. I post all kinds of home repair projects on this channel, so please subscribe to see what's next. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.